What's up, guys? Rob from Japanese Gaming here, bringing you another Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2 character spotlight reaction and analysis. I know this came out, I think, yesterday, as of the recording of this video. I was not able to record this yesterday, but here we are today, so we're going to do this. And we're going to be looking at Patrick today. A very interesting character from Nick Brawl 1. Had his time in the limelight as a pretty meta character for a little bit. And then had some unfortunate nerfs and glitches, quite frankly. But
everybody's favorite pink starfish is back and ready to throw down. In today's character spotlight, we'll be going over none other than Patrick Star.
Okay, already we have a interesting alternate costume here, like the lace on his head, superhero type outfit.
Patrick is a pretty traditional grappler, all things considered. Slow, heavy, and mostly limited in range, but once he gets his hands on you, you're in for a world of hurt.
Alright, so what I'm going to do for this time around, I'm actually just going to let the video play through, and then we'll go back through and analyze. I'm just going to let it go through
Patrick
and not
boasts
talk
some of
too
the most
much.
powerful throws and strong attacks in the game, and his side special, Hug Driver, will have you thinking twice about hiding behind your block. To help him get past projectiles, disjoints, and those notorious platform campers, Patrick's light up air, table flip, is a versatile tool that covers a generous amount of space and can force people back to the ground. His down special, counter slam, also does what you'd expect from the name. He counters an attack and slams his opponents. If you do it with a bit of a running start and jump into the air, you can also take advantage of the projectiles your opponent leaves around the field to get a nice burst of speed to close the gap between you. Patrick's other specials include his double lariat, which is a fantastic get-off-me attack that is also much larger and gains armor when enhanced with slime. The aforementioned Hug Driver also is granted armor through the slime version. Patrick's up special will grab opponents as he's traveling, but besides that, he's completely vulnerable and doesn't go super far. Altogether, his recovery is unfortunately a bit lackluster, so you might find yourself spending a bit of meter for an air dodge or enhanced up special. Each of Patrick's strong attacks packs a serious punch, and many of them include additional special properties. For example, his charged up air, Star Spin, gives him a small vertical boost which can help his otherwise weak recovery. His charged down air is a powerful spike that also grabs the ledge, preventing you from overshooting, while his grounded down attack, Steel Buns, is a powerful counterattack where Patrick leaps into the air and comes crashing down on his opponents. He leaps high enough to dodge some attacks and grabs, and even lands on top of platforms. Being a grappler means playing slow, careful, and knowing how to get inside your opponent's head. Maybe things that Patrick himself isn't the best at doing. Nevertheless, he has all the tools necessary to make that game plan effective. If you have the brains to compensate for Patrick's lack thereof, or just want to swing and hit hard and not worry too much about combos or execution, definitely give him a try.
Oh, a spike? Okay.
Everybody's favorite pink starfish.
Alright, so let's go through this.
To throw down. In today's character spotlight, we'll be going over none other than Patrick Star.
Alternate costume, like I said.
Patrick is a pretty traditional grappler, all things considered.
So this looks like
slow, heavy.
So that's his command grab. So his command grab is back. Okay.
And mostly
his light up, his up tilt.
Limited in range.
Down tilt's still there.
Once he gets
another alternate costume. This looks like when he was Squidward. Either that or he's trying to be oh no, that he's Barnacle Boy in this one. Yeah. Squidward alternate costume also, the band geeks.
On you. You're in for a world of
that's probably
you're in for
his back air. So it looks like his back air is a little stubby.
You're in for a
okay, you know.
World of hurt.
Hug Driver.
Patrick boasts some of the most powerful throws and strong attacks in the game, and
I like the addition of this one.
Strong attacks in the game.
May I take your hat, sir? May I take your hat, sir?
Game. And his side special, Hug Driver, will have you thinking twice about how.
Yeah, so Hug Driver goes through shields.
To help him get past.
Also, shout out Donatello. Donatello.
Projectiles, disjoints, and those notorious platform campers.
Okay, what the hell is that?
Behind your block. To help him get past
projectiles, is that his worm?
And those notorious platform campers.
What? Nigel Thornberry. He's got Meta Knight. He's got Brawl Meta Knight Glide, dude. Oh no.
Patrick's light up air, table flip, is a versatile tool that covers a generous amount of space.
So yeah, his
and
up air.
People back to the ground.
So this is going to be a really kind of cool edge guarding technique for him, I think. Being able to just throw out a table and kind of have him like... It's kind of like almost like a like a Pac-Man hydrant where like you kind of use it to pressure your opponent off stage and going into a certain area that you want them to. And then probably finish it off with a snare, or I guess, we saw his light dare, I guess, now has a spike on it.
Down special, Counter Slam, also does what
He
you
has a
expect from
counter.
the name. He counters an attack and slams his opponents. If you
Pretty
get
cool.
with a bit of a running start and jump into the air, you can also take advantage of the projectiles your opponent leaves around
That's
the field to get a
crazy
nice burst
how
of
much
speed.
distance
Your
you
opponent
get
leaves
from
around
that.
the field to get a nice.
Like, look how far he goes with that. He countered it right here. And he just goes zooming, dude.
As your opponent leaves around.
Which is kind of cool, though. I think he needed this kind of badly because being that he's pretty stubby, he lost pretty hard to projectiles in NASB 1. He didn't really have a way to get in besides like just grabbing or reflecting projectiles. But even then, you're if you were playing like a Garf, for example, Garf would throw out a pie, you'd grab it, but then Garf would be using that time to approach with like his nair or something to start a combo.
Around the field to get a nice burst of speed to close it to the
So
air.
looks like this
You can also
is
take
his
advantage
light,
of projectiles your opponent leaves around
his
the field
dash
to get a
attack
nice
probably. They were saying I think strong dashes are gone. I think it's all just regular dash attacks
running
now.
start and jump
So.
into the air. You can also take advantage of the
But don't quote me on that. I could be very wrong about that. I could be very wrong. Don't quote me on that.
projectiles your opponent leaves around the field to get a nice
Dash attack, slime,
burst of
cancel,
speed
up
to
tilt,
close the gap between you.
or up strong.
Patrick's other specials include his double lariat,
Which is kind of cool. His lariat is back. So this was his strong dash, but they just changed it into his neutral B, kind of like a Zelda kind of get off me move. Which could be helpful. Again, it's something that he kind of needs given that, like, he tends to be combo food.
Get off me attack that is also much larger and gains armor when enhanced with slime. The aforementioned hug driver also is granted armor through the slime version. Patrick's
Basically, EX hug driver.
up special will grab opponents. as
Same
he's
up
traveling,
special.
But besides that, he's completely vulnerable and doesn't go super far. Altogether, his recovery
His recovery
unfortunately
was
lackluster.
definitely one of his biggest problems in NASB 1. And it kind of looks like that's going to be a similar issue here. Although now having air dodge, meter, some other stuff to help recovery, he might be able to play around it a little bit.
So you might find yourself spending a bit of meter for an air dodge or enhanced up special.
Yeah.
Each of Patrick's strong attacks.
So this it doesn't show you the percents, but this looks like it might actually be useful because the angle it sends you is a little bit better. It sent you at a really high angle in NASB 1, and this still looks like kind of a high angle for a forward smash, but it looks like it might be
Packs
more
with
useful
serious
this time
punch,
around.
And many of them include additional
So that is
special
an up
properties.
strong and down
For
strong.
example, his charged up air, Star Spin, gives him
So interesting. This isn't his charged fair. They made his star spin,
and many of them include
which was his
additional special
snare,
properties.
an
For
up
example,
air.
his charge
And this move looks just as annoying. I mean, oh my god. I imagine that the hitbox probably extends to this pink stuff, like the wind. That move is
charged
still
up
going to
air,
be a
Star Spin,
menace.
gives him a small vertical boost which can help his otherwise weak recovery. His charged down air is a powerful spike that also grabs the ledge,
His
preventing it from
S dare.
overshooting. While his grounded down attack, Steel Buns, is a powerful counterattack where Patrick leaps into the air and comes crashing down on
Yeah,
his
his
opponents.
down strong was
He leaps
kind
high
of
enough to
trash in NASB 1, so it's kind of neat to
dodge
see
some
it
attacks and grabs,
given like
and
a
even lands
little
on top
bit of
platforms.
utility because he goes higher now. That's cool, being able to platform hit like that.
Being a grappler means playing slow, careful, and knowing how to get inside your opponent's head. Maybe things that Patrick himself isn't the best at doing. Nevertheless, he has all the tools necessary to make that game plan effective. If you have the brains to compensate for Patrick's lack
driver.
thereof, or just want to swing and hit hard and not worry too much about combos or execution, definitely give him a try.
Yeah, so right there, it looks like his
A try.
light dare
Swing
has a
and hit
spike
hard
on it
and not
now.
worry too much about combos or execution.
Yeah, I mean, look at that hitbox. Squidward's up here, man.
Definitely give him a try. Or just want to swing and hit hard and
What
not
is
worry
that
too much about combos
hitbox?
or execution.
Also, did he have
Just
Sandy
to
snare
compensate
right
for
there?
Patrick's lack thereof, or just want to swing and hit hard and not worry.
Yeah, that's literally Sandy snare. Okay, interesting. So I guess that would probably be his strong forward,
Worry
I
too
would
much about
imagine. But
Combos or execution.
Squidward, what the heck? I guess he hit his tentacle there. I guess that is going to be a problem for Squidward, right? He's so long.
Definitely.
So, Patrick looks like he's the most similar so far to his Nasby 1 counterpart, but he got some much desperately needed love. Like, his ability to counter projectiles to let him get in means he's going to be getting camped less. His strong down on the ground, his down strong on the ground being actually usable now. What else? His snare is still there, but it's his up air now. Having a spike, although it looks like, you know, again, stubby, but strong, right? If you get hit by it, you're pretty much dead. Yeah, he looks like a pretty solid all-around character so far. Definitely looks like he got some love in areas that he needs desperately in order to have less annoying matchups. He you know, he has edgeguard tools now that aren't just snare. You know, Nasby 1, a lot of what you were doing to try to edgeguard your opponents was, you know, dash attack into offstage snare. Now it looks like you have options. You know, the table flip I think is going to be pretty cool. I think it's going to be a really neat pressure tool. You know, you do a table flip close to ledge to force your opponent. You know, you do a table flip where you aim it so it goes off the stage but close to ledge while your opponent's recovering to force them to recover wide. And then you can put a space, you know, now I guess it's his up air, strong up air or a light dare in the area they want to recover in, and just put your opponent in like a total checkmate. Yeah, so it seems pretty cool. So I want to start something new when we do these videos. I'm going to start a list. And I'm going to, at the end of when we have all the profiles out, I'm going to do a tier list. But for now, we're just going to do a list of the characters that we've seen so far. So we had SpongeBob, Squidward, Patrick, and there was one other one. Who else have we seen so far from Game Mill? It was Jimmy, right. So SpongeBob I think is going to be low, high tier. Jimmy's difficult. He could be pretty high, but he could also be kind of garbo. Not garbo. I would say he's mid at worst. So I'm going to put him at high mid tier for now. Squid, I think, is going to be high mid. And Patrick, I think, is going to be... He looks pretty good. When I say mid tier, I mean, like, not bad. You know what I'm saying? If they're a high mid tier, they're not a bad character at all. It's obviously all of this is with no knowledge of how slime and all the other options that we have now with air dodges, spot dodges, and all this other stuff is going to really impact the meta of the game. So I'm going to put Patrick at mid tier for now, just because I think he's going to be one of those characters who, you know, it's the recovery really is the biggest issue. And that's why I have Jimmy in high mid as well instead of high tier, because his recovery sucks. You know, you get Jimmy off stage, he should be pretty much dead based on his recovery. So I'm going to put Patrick at mid for now. Again, my opinion on that could change as we learn more about how, you know, Slime Meter interacts with the game and the flow of the game. You know, Patrick could very easily be, I think, low end of high tier, honestly, if we get like a more solid feel for how strong his stuff actually is, because they weren't showing percents on his like strongs, you know. But if he's killing you off the side at like 80-90% with a neutral strong, you know, on a midweight character, like that's pretty good. And his snare, we have to see, or his strong up air now, we have to see how good that is. Patrick can be, he could be high tier for sure. But yes, like I said, at the end when we have all these videos, I'll do an actual tier list. But I'm just kind of putting out my thoughts here now, and yeah, we'll see. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I am very much looking forward to the next character showcase. Let's see, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed, you know, we get Garf and or Reptar soon. I would love to see my boys in action, see what's changed about them. So yeah, hope you guys watch. Hope you guys are watching. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys again next time.